Hi, I'm Michael Glennon from Glennon Capital. Welcome to this week's Stock Insight, a very topical stock, Slater Gordon. So it had a stellar run up and it's had a quite meteoric fall from grace over the last couple of months. So look, some general observations about the Slater Gordon business. We're generally averse to investing in professional services businesses. One of the reasons is that when you list a professional services business, the focus changes for the board and management in terms of being generally focused on delivering returns to shareholders. You've got this extra dynamic where you need to actually look after the professionals that generate the revenue in the business. So for every dollar of revenue that comes out, the professionals are getting bonuses and a share of that revenue prior to that moving down to shareholders. So they're always looked after. The people that seem to miss out the most are the shareholders at the end of the day. One of the other concerns we had about Slater Gordon was, and it's not just Slater Gordon that gives us concerns, is that when companies make Australian businesses make large offshore acquisitions, and they're not a huge business here, it diverts a lot of management attention into the offshore market. Offshore markets generally work in different ways to what the domestic market works. So the management at that top level don't necessarily have the expertise to be running businesses offshore, and we've seen time and time again Australian businesses get into trouble making acquisitions offshore. It happened to ABC Learning Centres. That was sort of really one of the downfalls of that business when it made a large acquisition offshore, and now we've seen the acquisition of Quindell by Slater Gordon. And especially in light of the fact that there were some quite scathing reports out on the Quindell business prior to the acquisition. So it does call into question, what sort of due diligence was done on the business when the acquisition was made. But you combine that with the fact that, it was an Australian business making an offshore acquisition, there were a couple of red flags there for the business. Some of the other things that we were a little bit concerned about with Slater Gordon, aside of the fact that it was a professional services business and we'd seen the demise of previous professional services business like the Harts Accounting business, which was more professionals being rolled up back in the early 2000s. There were all those hallmarks of things to be cautious of with the Slater Gordon business. So look, it was not something that we're going to invest in now. We'll look at the business, but really it's probably, for our view and our experience, staying away from the professional services business. If you've got any questions about Slater Gordon or would like to ask us anything related to stocks or would like us to talk about a stock, please feel free to use the comments below and ask away, and we'll endeavour to answer your questions. Thank you.